Greetings Internet, and welcome to another From the Basement tutorial. Now, last time I said we were going to cover publishing and getting your adventure out into the world. I lied. Instead, what we're going to cover is how to do a refinement pass. I've been thinking about this since the last video, and going through and refining your map, playing through it, looking for things to tweak and change to make your map better, is an absolutely integral part of creating a good adventure. Anybody can create a passable adventure by just tossing a few things in there. What truly marks a good level from a so-so level is when the creator has gone through and made some changes and tweaked it with an eye of how is the player going to enjoy this level. So let's go ahead and hop in here real quick and do a really fast pass. Now, I'm not going to do the full detail refinement process, because if I did that, we would be here for hours. So I'm just going to do a very fast, partial detail pass on this, pointing out a few key things. Alright, and as mentioned before, setting our modes here, I'm going to set myself to God mode and switch to log here. So that way I can go through and just not have to worry about the combat aspect. So everything's looking fine so far. There's nothing I really have against this room here. Maybe a little bit empty. Maybe I should put some beds in here or something if I was going to do a full detail pass on this. But as it stands, it is fine. And again here, a little bit empty on this corner here. But yeah, it's okay. That's a fairly small tweak. And yes, I just looted items that are going to get lost and reset anyways. I can't help it. If there's items on the floor, I have to press F. Alright, now this really bugs me here. This is sort of blunt, dead-end doorway. That I want to fix. I want to give this a more ruined feel to it than just the default, collapsed ceiling parts that are part of the room tiles. So I think I'm going to put a room past here and put some rubble in to make it apparent that there is a room there, but we can't get to it. This is another area here that really, really bugs me. This is just so big and empty with nothing going on, and we've got these stairs we got to go up and still nothing going on. We definitely need another encounter here. And some extra detail objects as well. So let's take a look at that real quick. Oops, no, not leave map. I want to return to Foundry. Alright, let's deal with this room here first. I'm going to go to rooms. We are in dungeon. I want something small. Dungeon room square small. Sounds good. Drag that in. Now I can't put it here. I don't want to put it here because that's going to give me two doors. Now, maybe if I was creating something more maze-like, I might want to do that, but I'm not, so I'll put it right there. Next, go to Details and type in, switch off of Crypt. I don't need to be on Crypt. Let's see what kind of rubble we have. Ooh, collapsed hallway. That sounds good. I'll drag that in. This collapsed hallway is pretty darn big. I want to make sure that I can tell there's a doorway here, but I don't want the player to get through it. I'm definitely going to have to tweak this in 3D edit mode. And let's take a look here. Oops. Doors can I grab? Let's see here. Now we want to pay attention. This is a crypt door. Notice this is 40 feet tall. That's really, really, I don't want a 40-foot tall door here. Here we go. A 24-foot tall door. This is just a detail object, so it can't actually be opened or anything, which is ideal. So I'll drag this in, and that's definitely going to have to be hand placed, so I'm just going to leave it there. Alright, so done with that. Let's look at adding in a non-story encounter. I don't actually want to make this part of the story. I want to actually try to surprise the players, because it looks like right here is a really good place for an ambush. So, come down, find my kobolds. Let's go for a ranged, get rid of my door filter there. And got, looks like 4 kobold artillery, so hurlers. So let's add this in. Switch to detail mode so I can place these guys. And I'm going to place them off to the side. There's 2 of them off to the side. 2 of them sort of more in the center. The idea here is, players will see these 2 run forward or not really expect to get attacked from the sides. I'm also going to go back to my details object and let's look at rebels again. Dungeon rubble pile. Sounds good. I'll drag that in. Make this room feel not quite so open. The other thing I want to do is let's put another encounter here. It makes sense there'd be a few more guards trying to reach the leader of the kobolds. Let's go for a melee encounter. Let's see here. 2 brutes and... Okay, let's go with this guy actually, because I really want some stronger melee here. It looks like my only option is to go with 2 dragon shields and a hurler. And I want these guys to face this way. Remember, when you rotate in layout mode, it affects the rotation, the orientation of all of the encounter elements. Alright, now remember this is a platform. I need to make sure that they are on the correct Y level, which they're not. They're on 0. And so if I come here and I select relative to, let's move this up here real quick. Platform 1, 20. Alright, so I can come back here to layout, grab the entire encounter at once, and set my Y to 20, my Y to 20.1, so that way they're not below the ground. Okay, awesome. Now I'm not going to go through and test everything, so I'm just going to right-click and say Play Map from here, because I honestly don't care about the rest of the adventure. I don't care about checking my quests right now. Okay, so let's do some tweaking. First, I don't want to accidentally trigger anything, so I'm going to switch to untargetable mode here. So that way I'm not triggering anything. Alright, so let's deal with this first. Ooh, and that door is still really big. We might not want this door, after all. Yeah, that door, there's no way that door is going to look natural for this space, so let's just get rid of it. Alright, so now we need to make sure that our rubble is placed well so that you can tell there's a doorway, but it's clear that we're not supposed to be getting through it. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now, one thing to keep in mind while you are in 3D edit mode. Look, I'm a ghost. I can walk through stone. Ooh, actually, I think I'll rotate this. I forgot that piece there. But yeah, you can walk straight through detail objects. So keep that in mind. Oh yes, that is much better there. That is much better. That gives a much better collapsed feel to it. So a little bit of rotating does a body good. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this mode, let it reload, and verify that my collisions are set up properly so that way I can't actually walk through it. Alright, so yeah, looks like that is positioned good. I can't, oh, camera clipping, we can't do anything about that. So, alright, looks good. Alright, let's just take a quick look in here to see how our kobolds are doing. Looks like this has worked pretty well. Now if we got a ranged class, they'll be able to take down our poor little hurlers from here. Guardian, I walk up to them. Alright, I'm untargetable. But sure enough, there's those guys, and they would start attacking me as well. And so your dungeon pile, let's rotate this a little bit. Oh, actually, before I do that, let me make sure that these guys showed up okay. So probably want to put the hurler in the back and not have the hurler in the back and have these shields in the front. That would make more sense. I keep forgetting that I'm on a Guardian fighter, not a greater weapon fighter. Alright, so we'll grab this guy here, rotate, and put it a little bit more in the corner. Break up the lines here a little bit. And you know what? I think I want to make this little area back here some barrel storage, just can't help it. So I am going to select this item, Control C, Control V, Control V. Yep, wrong handle. Gotta make sure that you're on the right handle there. There we go, a little stack of 6 barrels back there, just sort of break up the space a little bit. Alright, and I've got to stop myself. Like I said, I could spend hours tweaking even this really small map here. So, it's good enough. Next video, I promise, we will cover the publishing process. Until then, this is From the Basement, signing off.